Sisters and brothers of America, it fills my heart with joy unspeakable to rise in response to the warm and cordial welcome which you have given us. I thank you in the name of the most ancient order of monks in the world. I thank you in the name of the mother of religions, and I thank you in the name of millions and millions of Hindu people of all classes and sects. My thanks also to some of the speakers on this platform who, referring to the delegates from the Orient, have told you that these men from far off nations may well claim the honor of bearing to different lands the idea of toleration. I am proud to belong to a religion which has taught the world both tolerance and universal acceptance. We believe not only in universal toleration, but we accept all religions as true. I am proud to belong to a nation which has sheltered the persecuted and the refugees of all religions and all nations of the earth. I am proud to tell you that we have gathered in our bosom the purest remnant of the Israelites who came to southern India and took refuge with us in the very year in which their holy temple was shattered to pieces by Roman tyranny. I am proud to belong to the religion which has sheltered and is still fostering the remnant of the grand Zoroastrian nation. I will quote to you, brethren, a few lines from a hymn which I remember to have repeated from my earliest boyhood, which is every day repeated by millions of human beings. As the different streams, having their sources in different paths, which men take, though different tendencies, varies though they may appear crooked or straight, all lead to thee.
Voiceover of the iconic speech by Swami Vivekananda at the First World Parliament of Religion held in Chicago on September 11th, 1893. Hello viewers, this is Anuradha and you have guessed it right. Today I am going to talk about Swami Vivekananda. Narendranath Datta, famously known as Swami Vivekananda, was born in an upper middle class family in Kolkata with a strong parental educational background. Narendranath had a very comfortable upbringing and he was academically very good and equally competent in sports and extracurricular activities. It is said that Narendranath had mystical experiences as a child and became increasingly inquisitive about the existence of God. In this continuous quest of understanding the eternity, he tried to get a desired response from many people, but was disappointed till he met Ramakrishna Paramhansa, a Hindu mystic and a priest at the Dakshineshwar temple of goddess Kali in Kolkata. This was to be the beginning of Vivekananda's spiritual journey. Initially, Narendranath, exposed to Western logic and rationalism, was skeptical of Ramakrishna's pious practices and complete surrender to God. But with time, Ramakrishna had a profound and transformative influence on Narendranath in shaping his spiritual beliefs, guiding him on his path to become a monk and a renowned religious leader, while inspiring him to spread the message of Hindu philosophy across the world. Around 1890, Narendranath set out to travel across India as a wandering monk and visited several cities and states. He interacted with a multitude of people from different social classes and evaluated the religious and social conditions of Hindus. Narendranath was given the name Vivekanand by Raja Ajit Singh of Khetri, Rajasthan, who was one of the monk's followers and well-wishers. The name Vivekanand is an amalgamation of two Sanskrit words, Viveka meaning conscience and Ananda meaning joy. Now, Vivekanand continued his travels, and after reaching Kanyakumari, he went straight to the Mother's temple and completely surrendered himself before her image. After worshipping the Mother in the temple, Vivekanand wanted to reach the holy rock which stood 400 meters away amidst the unification of the Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, and the Indian Ocean waters. Without thinking twice, he plunged into the sea and swam across. The reason for his plunge, probably in a state of transitioning from the real to the ephemeral, was to look beyond paradigm. After a number of days of meditation in solitude on the rock, which was sanctified by the blessed feet of the Divine Mother, he achieved his self-consciousness, and this became his definitive point. During his wanderings, Vivekanand, encouraged by his disciples and well-wishers, made up his mind to go to Chicago to attend the upcoming World Parliament of Religions. This was a platform for representatives from different faiths and parts of the world to congregate. Funds were raised, and the monk, now known as Swami Vivekananda, found himself at the event in 1893 as a representative of Hinduism from India. His unpresuming appearance in saffron clothing as a monk was perceived with below par expectations by the elitist of crowds gathered from across the globe. However, the moment he uttered his first sentence, "Sisters and brothers of America," the crowd gave a thunderous applaud, and the overall speech had a magnetic effect. All passionate theological discourses were very well received. The theme of his speech was unity in diversity, religious tolerance, and the importance of harmony and peace, where he introduced Hinduism to the West. The newspapers the following day described him in superlatives as, quoted, "an orator by the divine right," and the, quoted, "greatest figure in the Parliament of Religions." In his final address at the Parliament, he said, please listen, viewers,
If anybody dreams of the exclusive survival of his own religion and the destruction of the others, I pity him from the bottom of my heart and point out to him that upon the banner of every religion will soon be written, in spite of resistance, help and not fight, assimilation and not destruction, harmony and peace and not dissension.
This event was a turning point for Vivekananda, and he extensively toured the United States and visited London, propagating the Vedanta philosophy whilst attracting a steady base of followers and admirers. He returned to India with a small group of Western disciples and founded the Ramakrishna Mission Association in 1897. As his spiritual guru, Ramakrishna had already chosen Vivekananda as his successor to spread the Hindu philosophy across the world. Vivekananda continued this legacy to provide order and structure to the humanitarian and religious activities of the followers and disciples of Ramakrishna. Vivekananda was also trained in Hindustani classical music. He composed the song Khandana Bhava Bandhana in praise of his spiritual guru Ramakrishna. Khandana Bhava Bandhana means breaking the worldly bondage. This song is still sung during the evening prayers at all Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission centers. Spreading the Vedanta philosophy of one God, Vivekananda's teachings encompassed a variety of subjects such as yoga, bhakti, Atman, Maya, as well as discourses on Bhagavad Gita, the Ramayana, and the Mahabharata. He upheld the ideas of universal oneness, self-improvement, following the religion of humanity, and absolute abstinence from dogma and superstition. Throughout his life, his teachings contained the message of service to the poor and needy, and he considered this as the noblest endeavor and a means to achieve divine realization. A group of Western disciples who were deeply inspired with Vivekananda's teachings also returned with him to India and dedicated their lives to serve humanity. Amongst them were Margaret Noble and Christine Greenstidle, who were later known as Sister Nivedita and Sister Christine respectively. Both of them dedicated their lives towards education of girls and led some of the most important relief programs carried out by the Ramakrishna mission. To mention a few, the massive relief work carried out in Kolkata during the outbreak of plague, and the other being the devastating floods in East Bengal, resulting in famine. Both of these calamities required not only dedicated relief work but also financial support, which was successfully done by Sister Nivedita, who led the work with an aplomb. To be noted here, Swami Vivekananda, an enlightened soul, had already predicted his death too, in a letter to Sister Nivedita, where he mentioned, "I shall not live to be 40 years old." Not only this, 6 years before his demise, he predicted his death to his brother disciple Swami Abhidananda, who was not happy hearing this, as he didn't want the young man to talk about death. Swamiji's reply to this was that his soul was getting too big for his body to contain. Philosophically, what he meant was that his soul had become one with the infinite ocean of consciousness, whose final destination was the eternity. This state of the soul has different names by different religions. In Hinduism, it is called Samadhi, salvation in Christianity, and so on. He was right. Swamiji passed away on 4th of July 1902 while meditating at the age of just 39. His disciples believed that he had attained Mahasamadhi. The rupture of blood vessels in his brain was reported as his possible cause of death. He was cremated on the bank of the Ganga river in Belur, opposite where Ramakrishna was cremated 16 years before. He left behind an enduring legacy through his work, philosophy, and disciples. His teachings and lectures are still widely read and revered in India and around the world. His birthday is celebrated as the National Youth Day in India. The organizations Vivekananda had set up during his lifetime in India and outside have considerably expanded all over the world. Some of the notable personalities whose lives have been influenced by Swami Vivekananda include Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, APJ Abdul Kalam, and current Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, along with notable Western personalities like Mark Twain, Max Muller, Nikola Tesla, and many more. American industrialist John D. Rockefeller reportedly made his first large donation for public welfare and became a notable philanthropist after meeting Swami Vivekananda. Rabindranath Tagore once said, "If you want to know India, study Vivekananda." To sum it up, I would like to mention one line of what Ramakrishna said about Swami Vivekananda. Oh, what power of insight he has! It is like the shoreless sea of radiant knowledge.
Truth can be stated in 1,000 different ways, yet each one can be true.